Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Boucher Field for today's home opener of the Husson University women's soccer team. And this is only the third home game in this week so far on this campus. Anyway, I'm Tyler Huey alongside John Ray, and we got Ryan Barnes on camera here tonight. John, how we doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good, especially now that I can hear myself. Thank you, Ryan. So we're just getting to the captain's meeting now. We have a little bit of an issue. Both teams decide to wear white, and obviously at a soccer game that can't happen. So we're gonna go through your introductions and all that traditional stuff, and then Husson's gonna change into greens, and now they're just figuring out what the goalie's gonna wear for Fort Kent, because of course she's in green as the goalie. You ever had this happen, John, as a player?
Only on FIFA.
Only on FIFA. Your town, how many years of soccer did you play?
12?
12 years of soccer, not one time in like any league someone forgot to bring a set of jerseys or something. It wasn't miscommunicated.
Nope.
Huh, that's a little interesting. Ryan, do you mind showing us the jerseys to show the fans why this can't happen? I mean, I guess it's not horrible, but you might as well call Fort Kent's jerseys white, and white versus gray, even in FIFA, is difficult when you got the arrows.
Correct.
So captain's meeting has concluded here, and we're about to do the walkouts. Let's take a look at both teams here. Fort Kent and Husson are both. This is their third game of the season. For Fort Kent, they're 1-0-1. They went down to Central Maine Community College and defeated them 4-1. And then the next day traveled to Assumption University, a D2 school, and drew 1-1 with them. And then for the Eagles, they also played back-to-back games over the weekend, defeated Elms College in Massachusetts 3-1, and then lost to Western New England 4-1. I think we're finally ready here for the walkout.
North Atlantic Conference and Husson University promote good sportsmanship by the student athletes, coaches, and spectators at tonight's contest. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from Boucher Field.
And we're going to send it over to PA announcer Joseph Swanson for the introductions.
Eagles of Husson University. At this time, let's meet the starters. First for the visiting Bengals. In goal, number 1, Isabel Collegian. Number 2, Audrey Ochoa. Number 3, Angel Maxwell. Number 6, Tarsi Lawrence. Number 9, Sophia Noe. Number 11, Brittany Thompson. Number 15, Julia Aidensdottier. Number 4, Chelsea Thurnberg. Number 26, Nael Mendoza. Number 19, Ryan Hernandez. And number 22, Gisela Carranza. Fort Kent is under the direction of head coach Jermaine West. And now the starting lineup for your Husson University Eagles. In goal, a sophomore from Yarmouth, Maine, number 0, Hannah Kenny. A sophomore from Bangor, Maine, number 2, Mackenzie Lambert. A freshman from Westport, Massachusetts, number 7, Laura Martell. A senior from Rockfort, Maine, number 9, Charlotte Messer. A sophomore from Glenburg, Maine, number 11, Katie Harriman. A sophomore from Orono, Maine, number 16, Sophia Mullins. A freshman from Kingston, Massachusetts, number 17, Kendra Donahue. A sophomore from Hudson, Florida, number 21, Natalie Avilio. A senior from New Gloucester, Maine, number 25, Alexa Thayer. A sophomore from Daytona Beach, Florida, number 26, Megan Buddymeyer. And a senior from Wyndham, Maine, number 27, Miranda Lewis. The Eagles are coached by Dennis Mullins, and he's assisted by Lauren Crofton McDonald, Nick Christensen, Matt Goodman, and Elise Worth. Fans, at this time, we ask you please rise and honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
All right, so introductions have been done. The Eagles will just change into the green kits, and then we'll be ready to go here. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for Fort Kent. As you heard the lineup there was no changes from the side that drew with Assumption on Sunday. But for the Eagles, they do have one change as Charlotte Messer enters the side for Kaylee Nault. These two sides played last year up in Fort Kent. I'm not used to saying up for schools in Maine, as we usually have to travel places. But last year they played to a 1-1 draw in Fort Kent after the Eagles played on back-to-back days, as they played Umpy the day before. Of course, that game was played with 2 overtimes, and now there's no more overtimes in regular season games.
That is correct.
The only way that these two teams would ever play overtime is either Husson drops down to NAIA or Fort Kent moves up. And I don't see either of that happening anytime soon. So unfortunately, if fans are tuning in hoping for an overtime game, that's not going to happen tonight. But if we look at the game that was played last year, Bree Salter, the now graduated midfielder, she scored a penalty kick goal in the 34th minute as the Eagles had a 1-0 lead at halftime. But with 5 minutes left to go in the game, Ryan Hernandez scored to tie the game. And then the two teams played the 2 10-minute overtimes, and nobody even had a shot. It was a very even contest on both sides. And I think for the Eagles' perspective, that was the only team that earned a positive result against Fort Kent in the NAC. So you look at the positivities here. That was one of them. So we should be in for an interesting game today, John. Carranza will stand over the ball, and she'll take the kickoff here. Head official Jay Bain checks with everyone, and we are going to be underway here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. The Bengals going from left to right, while the Eagles will go right to left across your.
And it looks like Husson is playing a 4-1-4-1 formation here as they're on the attack.
Of course, that would be the case after I asked the coach what formation they'd play, and he said 4-3-3. Catching me a little off guard here. As Collegian gets an early touch here in the first minute of the contest.
The Eagles applying pressure, and they win the ball back.
As that's Carranza down the wing here. She cuts inside and gets tripped inside the box. She wants a call. She ain't going to get it here as Buddy Meyer will bring it up forward. She'll find Harriman at the midfield line. Gives it back to Mullins. Mullins, one of the top assistant leaders last year in the NAC.
A lovely 1-2 play there to break into some space.
As Donahue's there, this is her Boucher field debut.
And she wins them a corner.
The first-year defender from Kingston, Massachusetts. As you're going to see Sophia Mullins here take the corner. The Eagles with 5 in the box as Mullins brings in a swinger, and that's hit on a one-timer, but an easy save for Kujledin. And the pressing again, John, works really well in the Eagles' favor with Buddy Meyer, but the Bengals win the ball back. As you can hear the Husson coaching staff telling the Eagles settle with possession here. As that's played out, will be a throw-in for Buddy Meyer and the Eagles. And that will be an easy pickup for Kuzledin. It was Kate Harriman, by the way, who had that one-timer shot.
She made great contact on that shot.
Made great contact just right at the goalkeeper. Almost looked like a play they drew up. As the Eagles will get it back here at the midfield line. It's really been all Eagles so far in the first couple minutes here.
Husson keeping up with that high pressure.
And that's something you typically see from Husson soccer, whether the men or the women. Of course, Dennis Mullins, the women's head coach, came from the assistant coaching staff of Gavin Penny in the men's side. And they kind of just share the same philosophy. You mentioned they were earlier in a 4-1-4-1, and that's usually the formation the men's team plays in. As we got a ball down the right side here. Thompson cuts inside but loses the ball.
A great tackle there by Buddy Meyer.
Yeah, she's been everywhere on that right back slot. One of the best attacking right backs in the conference. As that was a good header there by Mullins to break away any sort of attack for the Bengals. As now the Eagles will try to build an attack as Mullins finds Harriman, but just a little too strong.
You know, I believe last year Harriman was a defender, and now she's playing up top.
Yeah, I think she was a kind of like an attacking midfielder type person, but they moved her into a striking role here, as you're going to see. Of course, Kate does have a goal on the season. She scored the opening goal against Elms on Saturday in the Eagles' 3-1 victory over the Blazers. And now Messer here, she'll take a shot.
Routine save.
Routine save. Probably would have, it might have went wide. I couldn't really tell, but nevertheless, as a goalie. You never know as a goalie. You have the ball right there. You're just going to pick it up.
Well done by Fort Kent, breaking the press there.
Oh, that's
Now
really
they're on the attack.
One of the first times that they've been able to do that here, as that goes over the head of Lewis, and Hannah Kenny will pick up the ball for the first time in the game here. For Hannah, her sophomore year, last year she took the goalkeeping job over Shy Smith after I think the fourth game of the year, then suffered a facial injury against Suffolk, and she struggled with that mask. I talked to her during the preseason. She could not stress how happy she was to not wear that mask anymore.
I don't blame her.
Those masks make you look scary, but at the same time, it really affects your vision, almost like it does with people who have to wear the mask during COVID with glasses. As Fort Kent here will try to get on the attack. And that's Thornburg down that left side. She's kind of holding up, trying to find numbers before going back, and the Bengals will set up here.
Now Husson's on the counterattack after winning the ball in the midfield.
Yeah, Mullins with a great tackle there. And the Eagles want a handball there. Can't really tell from our angle. It's kind of a little far out, but it looked like kind of inadvertent anyway. Both teams still kind of trying to settle in here. Very nice crowd on hand, though, at Boucher Field, especially for a home opener.
And that's a great ball.
Great ball, but just got out of play. As photographer Edie Shea over there makes a touch. Buddy Meyer with a throw-in, and that gets back to Lewis, and Lewis will look to go to Kenny to set up shop here. Still early here. We're in the 8th minute now. 0-0 to score. The Eagles with the only shot on goal so far in the contest of Kate Harriman. That happened in the 2nd minute of the game. As now the Bengals retain possession and will look to set up.
One thing I've noticed is how comfortable the Bengals are passing the ball around the back line.
Well, this is a Bengals team who's used to being on the road, of course. Fort Kent, it's very hard to get teams to go up there. And plus the level of competition that they played so far this year. They played a D2 school in Assumption and then another NAIA school in Central Maine Community College. So very interesting how they're able to get their games in as Harriman makes a nutmeg, and it's Aviola there with the shot, and that goes, she got it off the wrong foot there. Aviola led the league last year, won the Nat Golden Boot for the women's side with 21 goals, but still looking for her first one here. And if I remember last year, I think it took her a little bit too to get off that mark, but once she gets off the mark, the rest of the teams the Eagles play need to watch out. And if you notice, too, in their first game, she had 3 shots on goal in the first, 10 minutes against Elms. So she's not afraid to shoot that ball.
She's a very direct player, as you see right now. Great cross.
Great cross. Defended out, though, as Martell brings it back in, but that will be out for a goal kick. So goal kick here for the Bengals as we approach the 10th minute of the contest. As the both teams will battle for possession here. And that's a lovely ball down to Thompson, but just a little too hard on that one. Good idea, though, to kind of stretch out the Eagles. It's one thing when they've been pressing with Buddy Meyer up, kind of leaves room on that backside, but she does such a good job to get back. Mullins dancing around, trying to find someone to pass it to. as that'll be turned over, but she wins the ball back. And there's Alexa Thayer, her first time on the field, on this field in over a year after sadly suffering a torn ACL last year. She scored against Elms off the bench in that 3-1 victory. Just so happy to see her back on the field. Usually one of the happiest people too around this, on this campus. Messer there. Try to give it off to Martell, but the Bengals will intercept here. And
the Bengals are starting to take control of this game as they're in on goal here.
Yeah, that's a good touch there. And that's
What
a
a
save
save
by Kenny. Carranza there was the one with the shot. But Kenny was there. Probably didn't get all she wanted on that one.
She stood her ground and she made the save. That's all that matters.
And she punts it away perfectly to Mullins, who finds Harriman. And the Eagles have 2 forward, but they're going to pass it back to get numbers as Mullins. She'll drive it into the box. There's Harriman there. But a touch by Ochoa should set up a corner kick for the Eagles. And I believe it will be Mullins to take it. Sophia Mullins, the daughter of head coach Dennis Mullins, her second year here.
And it looks like Fort Kent is already making a substitution.
That's driven just by everyone, and Fort Kent should be able to get that out of there. I just got thinking, too, as that one could have been a foul. We haven't had a foul called yet, have we?
I don't believe so.
I don't think we have. It's nice to see the teams just let them play, you know? Not that we've had really anything to be a foul, but I'm just saying it's nice when you don't have to worry about fouls. You can just let them both play. As we got a substitution here for the Bengals, Nancy Martin will come into the contest for Giselle Carranza as she's hobbling. And we resume play here with the Eagles. And there's our first foul of the game. That's usually how it works as a broadcaster. You say something, then it happens 2 seconds later.
Only took 14 minutes.
Only took 14 minutes as now Mullins here will set up for a free kick here. We'll see how the Eagles line up for the set piece here. I'm not good at estimating, but I'm going to say that's probably about 35 yards out. 25-30. As there's a touch by Messer, but the Bengals are able to clear that out of there. And Mackenzie Lambert, sorry, she'll pick up the ball. Lewis was the other one back there. And the Bengals will win it back, but Harriman takes it over, and then Messer tried to get it forward for Aviola, but it was turned over. Now there's Miranda Lewis as she finds Buddy Meyer, but it goes off Buddy Meyer and out of play. So it'll be a throw in here for the Bengals. 0-0 the score here, 14th minute. Ochoa will take the throw in as she finds Thompson.
And a necessary clearance.
That ball gets out of play. Right in the corner of the press box. You couldn't exactly see where it was. There with a good job getting that tackle in, and now it's to Harriman who finds Mullins. Mullins will look upfield here. And that's broken down by Hernandez.
Again, just high pressure from the Eagles, and they get the counterattack.
No, and that usually works pretty well in conference play. It's always interesting to see how it works against non-conference schools who may not be expecting it. Of course, these two teams played last year, so Fort Kent's probably used to it by now.
Kendra Donahue with the interception as she brings it forward.
Yeah, she brings it forward to find Buddy Meyer. Buddy Meyer will launch it forward, trying to find Harriman. But it was Lawrence who was there to head that out of there. As now the teams will battle for possession again at the midfield. Neither team's really taken a stranglehold so far this game, as it's kind of just been back and forth, just trying to find a through ball that a striker can get on a piece of.
And Harriman is working really hard up top to try and break through the defense.
As you look now, they did kind of shift into that 4-3-3 formation here. What it kind of looks like too is when the Eagles will press, you'll see Buddy Meyer and Lambert push up towards that midfield and almost kind of go like a 3-5-2 kind of thing. As Harriman shoved right off the ball and she's down, that's going to be a free kick, and Mullins wants a yellow card, but he ain't going to get it.
That defender is lucky that's early on in the game, because if it was later on in the game, that probably would have been a yellow card.
That's a hockey hip check there, if you ask me. It's going to be Aviola to take it here. Mullins is chilling all by herself at the top of the box here, so I wonder if they got something drawn up. As she crosses it in, and it just goes wide of everybody and out for a goal kick.
And crosses like that are goalkeeper's worst nightmare.
Yeah, because you don't know what Aviola's trying to do, especially the type of striker she is, where she does love to find the net.
And she can find the net from anywhere.
Yeah. You got that right. So goal kick here for the Bengals. Collegian here will take it, launches it towards the red line, as that's going to be an elbow from Aiden's Dotdyer, and that's going to be a free kick for the Eagles.
UMFK starting to get more physical here.
Yeah, we mentioned there's no fouls. Next thing you know, that's 3 in a couple minutes here. Donahue to take the free kick. She launches it into the box, and the Bengals are there to clear it out, as that was Lawrence. Harriman finds Aviola, but she's going to be offsides here as Thayer heads it. I think she was going to try to head it on goal, but the offside flag, she decided to head it back over.
It's a great link-up play between Harriman and Aviola.
That ball's played in the midfield now as the Bengals look to launch an attack here. There's Martin with Mullins all over her as Martin wins that ball. Buddy Meyer with a whiff on it, and Ochoa's in. She'll take a shot, but Buddy Meyer was there to get a piece of it, so an easy save for Kenny. As now Buddy Meyer will bring it forward. Finds Mullins, but turns it over, and now the Bengals will look to set up here.
As Husson is holding a very high line. They're at the midfield.
Yeah, they're at the midfield, and it kind of looks like now the Bengals have 2 strikers up there. I was going to say they only have 1 up there. As Thayer wins the ball back and then gets it from Mullins. Laura with a great ball into the end line. Mullins battling for it, but that should be out for a goal kick. 19th minute here at Boucher Field. Tyler Huey alongside John Ray and Ryan Barnes on camera. 0-0 between the Eagles of the North Atlantic Conference and the Maine-Fort Kent Bengals of the NAIA. As the Bengals will have a throw in here at the far side. Harriman chested it down, trying to find Messer, but couldn't, as now it's ping-ponged around inside the midfield. And Lambert's going to be there. No, it's actually not going to be Lambert there. It's going to be Martin there. And that's a great touch there by Noe, but her shot goes wide. And Kenny will have a goal kick here.
Husson's going to look to build from the back here with Miranda Lewis.
As Dennis Mullins is currently talking to players on the bench, so some substitutions looming, question mark.
A great triangle there by Husson, and now they're on the break.
As Thayer brings it down, that's deflected by Maxwell. And now there's a battle for the ball there as Thompson's in, but she's offsides. Thompson definitely showing some speed there for the Bengals. Lewis will push it forward here as now the Bengals again look to be on the attack, but Lambert's there to push it forward for the Eagles instead. As they will have a throw-in right around midfield here. Messer taking off the ball, and now the Bengals will bring it forward. As that through ball should be easily there for Hannah Kenny. And Kenny will pick it up. She'll bounce it like a basketball for a couple times and then punt it forward here. The goalie from Thompson, Maine, North Yarborough Academy. As now Aviola brings it forward. She tried to find Fair, but the Bengals were able to kick it out of there. As Buddy Meyer bows for the ball, and she wins the free kick. Martin doesn't agree, but Baines tells her, you took the shoulder down. That's a foul any day of the week. So Buddy Meyer looked to take it, but it's actually going to be Donahue here to take it. Everybody forward except Lewis and Buddy Meyer. As Donahue goes far post, but nobody. That was a great delivery, just nobody there to get on the end of it.
And that was a missed opportunity for the Eagles.
Now, they've had some opportunities, just really haven't been able to put anything to really threaten Collegian.
And a collision there.
Yeah, as Donahue's went to head the ball, and that was Thompson there. Got a little bit of her. One of those just 50-50 balls. You both hit it, and
anything can happen on those.
That's soccer right there.
Anything can happen.
But that's a great job by the head referee to say, look, we need to stop. We need to make sure she's okay before we can continue.
Player safety is first.
And she got up pretty good, like no problem, so. But as we restart play here with Lewis finding Buddy Meyer. And that ball is played to Maxwell as then they turn it over themselves. And Messer has it here. Tries to find Harriman, but Harriman was on the other side looking for it. But Lambert with a great run to challenge the Bengals and win an attacking throw-in here. It's one of her first times you've seen her gone up this game so far. Just really hasn't had the opportunity with the ball basically being on the right side, but a good way to attack that ball. As you will have a substitution coming up for Dennis Mullins and company. Kaylee Nolt. And she's going to replace Laura Martell. At the next whistle here, as both teams have really just been battling for the ball.
UMFK, I noticed they like to get the ball in the middle, then play it out wide to their wingers.
Yeah, which is honestly a good strategy when the Eagles have their fullbacks attacking forward to try to find space for their wingers, as they do have speed on them, on the wingers. Throw in here right in front of us for Ochoa. Finds Thompson, but Buddy Meyer is there to try to get that out of play, but she is cut down like a tree. Or chopped down like a tree, I should say. And she'll win the free kick. So Lewis here will take it.
And the Eagles opt to keep possession instead of just kicking it up.
I think they'd like to settle down a little bit, have a little bit of possession. Obviously, they turned it over here, but it's kind of been the Bengals on the front foot these last couple minutes. As that's a great ball to Thornburg, but she is off side.
It looks like Aviola and Harriman have switched.
As we're about to have our second substitution, too, for the Eagles, as Lindsey Russell's there, ready to go. As she's going to come on for Sophia Mullins at the next available window for the Eagles. And that's the thing you're going to see by Dennis Mullins. There's a lot of substitutions here. It's a big team, and it's early still in the season. You're just trying to give everyone minutes.
Exactly.
As that's an interesting tactic by No Way to sit on the ball, to keep possession of it.
Anything to keep possession, Tyler.
But the Eagles here, Bengals weren't ready for that free kick here, as now Thayer's on the end of it. She's at the edge of the box. Aviola, she'll take a touch, but that ball's cleared out of there. But you're right, though. Any way to keep possession there, just got a little physical there. Probably not what you want. As Thayer showing her ACL is fine as she drives into the box here. And wins the ball back, tries to draw a penalty, but there was nothing there. And now it's Messer. Messer pressured as Buddy Meyer will launch it forward, and that's going to be an easy gather up by Collision.
Aviola and Harriman have switched positions here, as Harriman is out wide and Aviola is now up top.
I was going to say, I was kind of confused there. The fourth official, or the assistant official, looking for the subs to come on, but the ball never went out of play. Buddy Meyer launches it forward to Harriman. Harriman makes a touch, find Mullins, but that will be turned over as Thornburg's there. Lawrence with possession here down in the Eagles attacking third, as there's a collision. And now Mullins will take it. Mullins finds Harriman. As now we're going to have 4 substitutions at the next available window. There's Thornburg with it, as now the Bengals will switch it. Launches it forward to Thompson. And Donahue is there to get it out of there. As now we should have our substitutions here. 3 for the Eagles and 1 for the Bengals. Akwin Barre will come on for the Bengals. in exchange for no way, as Mullins, Thayer, and Martell came off for the Eagles. Russell there. Bengals wanted a handball on her, but that was just played right out of her hand. Nothing she could have done about that anyway, as she wins possession here and finds Willow Witten. Witten came on for Thayer. That was the other substitution for the Eagles that we missed. As now Aquinbare just pushes down Harriman, trying to keep the ball, as that will be a free kick for the Eagles.
Harriman wins yet another foul for the Eagles.
Iso Aquinbare from Dublin, Ireland. As the Bengals have players from Colorado, California, Iceland, Idaho, Ireland, Canada, and one from the state of Maine. It's always interesting to look at the Fort Kent rosters and just see exactly where everyone's from. Just fascinating that they all go right to northern Maine.
That was a brilliant turn by Willow Witten, and it wins them a throw-in.
Yeah, Willow Witten, the points leader for the Eagles, as she has a goal and an assist. She did that versus Elms. Both came off the bench. As the Bengals here will win the free kick here. 30th minute, still no score here. Tyler Huey alongside John Ray and Ryan Barnes to my right on the camera. Bengals looking to set up something here as they pass it along to the defenders here. It seems to be they'll make a couple passes along the defenders and then just send that through ball right past the midfielders, the attackers here, as Thompson comes rushing down the middle of the field. Donahue's there to pressure her and Lindsey Russell. But Thompson's still able to keep the ball as that goes out for a throw-in. Throw-in for the Bengals here. Lewis is there as she sets up Donahue to be able to try to clear it, but then Buddymeyer is able to launch it forward, trying to find Aviola. But the Bengals there will get possession by Lawrence. And a substitution coming up for the Eagles here. Molly Flynn going to be coming on for Kate Harriman. Aviola makes a touch, gets by one defender, finds Charlotte Messer. Messer is there. She gets challenged on the ball, though, and no shot for her. That's a missed opportunity for the Eagles right there. As here comes a sub now for the Eagles, as Molly Flynn joins the party. Kate Harriman, no goals to show, but she had a good first half performance, I would say, being able to try to break down that Bengals defense. Just an opportunity there to get fresh legs out. Russell off Flynn. Flynn now looking for the ball, but she finds out she'll want to throw in there. Kind of pinballed off like three different players there. Aviola. She loses the ball as Martin gets it, and now the Bengals will clear that out of there. Lambert's going to win the race to that ball, but it's Thornburg who challenges her, and the Bengals, I believe, are going to win that throw-in. Nope, never mind. Head official gets told, nope, you were wrong, and the Eagles had the throw-in, but the Bengals get the ball back anyway.
Great interception there by Lambert. She read that perfectly.
I feel like every time I say someone takes the ball away, the other team takes it away themselves. Just been one of those games so far. And that's kind of what it was last last year up in Fort Kent. Just really, no really shots, just both trying to figure their way past the other team's defense. But that's why it's soccer, and that's why we love it. As Donahue there will shield off the Bengals attacker for Kenny to clear it. That's Thornburg. Thornburg tried to make a pass there, but Lindsey Russell was there to block that, send it out for throwing right exactly in front of me. Ochoa. She'll throw it in. Try to find Aiden's dot Dyer. But that went out for a throw in for the Eagles' way. Buddy Meyer launches it forward. Molly's trying to win it back. And now the Eagles do win it back there before the Bengals are able to tap that out.
Eagles ball. Seems like we've been saying that a lot, Tyler.
It's just going to be one of those games here. You feel like the first goal might be the only one of the contest. That's going to be a good touch by Lawrence. And Collagen will pick that up and look to punt it forward here. Haven't really seen much of the Bengals working it from the back, unlike the Eagles. As now we got a Bengals player looking to get on the field as well as an Eagles player. It's Corletto in front of us, ready to get on the field for the Eagles. Goal kick for the Eagles means Corletto will come on for Charlotte Messer. Morella Corletto, there we go, from Guatemala. She played for the U19 team for Guatemala.
Impressive.
One of the first times that I can remember that a member from a national team in any level has played for Husson University, so that's kind of cool. Willow. And that's going to be out for a Bengals throw-in. Dora Kakara came on for Angel Maxwell as well as the Corletto substitution. So throw in here for the Bengals. That's launched into the box, but nothing there as it's cleared out. And now the Bengals will look for re-entry some other way, but before they do that, the Eagles take over as Russell's kind of tackled down there as they're both battling for the ball, as that's Kakara's first entry into the contest here, or action in the contest, I should say. That's a great ball to Flynn. Flynn looked to try to get a touch on it to set up a shot, but couldn't do it, as Willow takes a shot, and that's going to be wide. But Collegian is there just to pick it up, just to be safe. Another good job by the Eagles attackers to press the ball and win it back. Coletto there with the ball into the box, but nobody was there to get on the end of it, so that will be a goal kick for Kuzledin.
And it seems like the ball has been in the Bengals' defensive half for most of this game so far.
Yeah, especially the last 10-ish minutes here. Isabel Kuzledin, a senior from Los Angeles, California. That's a completely different lifestyle than Fort Kent, Maine. As now the Bengals here look to break out an attack here. It's Thompson challenged by Witten. And that's going to be held for a throw-in. Almost took out a photographer, Eric Ogden, laying down at the end of the Eagles bench. We got a substitution coming up here for the Eagles. Devin St. Louis from Bangor High School looks to enter the game and make her Boucher debut for the Eagles. As that's out for a goal kick. So now she should be able to come onto the field here as Natalie Aviola comes off the bench, comes to the bench. And she'll take a nice little 6-minute rest here.
Great ball by Lambert. And the Eagles are on the break.
On the break now. Down that right side. But the Eagles lose it. As she's let in, gets it out of there. Aquinbare there with it. She'll look to set up some possession there for the Bengals, but the Eagles are there to press. As Donahue punts it forward. No one's really held possession there. That looks to be a foul. They're still battling for it. That's one of those plays where it's like, I'm not a soccer official, but that didn't seem legal. I don't know who should get the foul, but there's something illegal about that that just doesn't look right. One of those like 50-50 type things, but then it just kind of kept going for a while. It's like, all right, can the official just call it and we get going here? Hannah Kenny will punt it forward.
Great touch by Molly Russell.
Yeah, that was a good touch. Lindsay Russell, by the way.
Lindsay Russell, my bad.
No, Hannah's done a good job with her punts, finding someone on the end of it. It really hasn't been one of those punts where you're just trying to get it forward. She's actually able to find someone with a touch on it. It's always impressive to watch a goalie on goal kicks and punts when they can accurately find someone on the end of it.
Probably one of the hardest things to do on a soccer field.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Is we got an injury there on the far sideline. It's Buddy Meyer. She's up limping. We're probably going to get a substitution for her just to be safe here in the last couple minutes here. As there was a... Oh, it was offsides. Oh, it was offsides. My bad. No foul. Coletto tries to win possession, but the Eagles do end up winning it by null. And now find Hannah Kenny again. There's Null. Null brings it forward now. But the Bengals will win it back. Nobody's really had possession for like 30 seconds in these last couple minutes here. As now the Eagles look to do that themselves. Russell couldn't get a touch on it. Witten's there, but she can't get on the end of it. And now Donahue will bring it forward. They'll try again. Russell with a touch, but then the Bengals take it over. McLaughlin looked to settle it down, but the Eagles then end up gaining possession, and that's Coletto. Coletto battling for it. Aquinbare there. She had it, but then guess what? Lost possession again herself.
It's the end of the half. These teams are tired. Coaches definitely talked to them about it at the halftime break.
Just one of those things where both teams are like, all right, let's just get to halftime 0-0, and then we'll go from there. As we got about 2 minutes here left in the 42nd minute. Willow will press it and wins the ball as the Bengals wanted a free kick but weren't going to get it. Russell's there, but she's not able to block that ball and keep possession, but it's going to be an Eagles throw-in anyway. So there's Buddy Meyer. She looks perfectly fine from whatever happened at the end line a couple minutes ago. Thornburg, she's going to possess it forward. Thornburg with a touch, and she tries to find Ochoa, but just a little too much mustard on that one.
Well, she created space for the winger there by making the defense commit to her, but the pass in the end was just too heavy.
And it's just been one of those games. Someone will make an impressive move to get open, and then the pass is just not there. Kenny will take her time here. I think both teams are just trying to get to halftime at this point. As Molly there, great job winning the ball, but the ball just went out of play as the assistant referee was right there to catch that. Final minute here at Boucher Field. 0-0 to score. The Eagles are out shooting the Bengals 5-4, but it's the Bengals who have more shots on goal, 2-1. Only 11 overall fouls in this contest, as the Bengals have 8 of them.
Only 11.
Only 11. I feel like that's pretty low for a soccer game, you know? Especially considering we had nothing after the first 15 minutes. As the final 10 seconds here. Bengals are on the end of that one, but Willow's there to win it. And that will conclude the first half of action here at Boucher Field, as we are going to head to halftime with a 0-0 game. John, your first half thoughts?
Well, Husson, they seem to be possessing well, but then in the final third, they just keep losing the ball.
Yeah, and I'd say that for both teams, really. The Bengals have had some good runs to try to get on the end of it, but just, as they say, too much mustard on it, couldn't get a shot on, and we'll head to the 10-minute intermission with a 0-0 score, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the second half. And welcome back to Boucher Field here for second half action between the Husson University women's soccer team and the Maine-Fort Kent Bengals. Kate Harriman here. We'll begin the second half as the Eagles will go from left to right, while the Bengals go from right to left as they switch sides. Should be the same starting lineup here for the Eagles as they played the first half. Talked with assistant head coach Nick Christensen during halftime, and he said it was a pretty good first half for the Eagles. He said the main thing that they need to work on, though, is in that final third. It's this word, starts with an F. You hear it all the time by college coaches. It's finishing. That always seems to be the number one thing coaches are always stressing. It's you do a good job getting there. It's the finishing. It's getting the goals on the board.
Well, no matter how well you play, if you can't finish, you're not going to win games.
No, that's how you get goals on the scoreboard. As head official Jay Baines here was hit by a pass from the Eagles, so now we'll have to reset things here as the Bengals are pressed there. And it'll be out for a throw-in.
As the Eagles look like they're still in a 4-1-4-1 formation here.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where that's how they do to press, to allow those two on the midfield four to get forward. Because then as they have possession, you'll see them kind of drop into that 4-3-3. As that's Thompson, she has space, but nobody with her. She gets by Donahue, falls down. Thornburg's there, nothing doing. This might be one of the greatest stretches of possession the Bengals have really had in the attacking zone. They've had chances, but just nothing of this length of time is the word I'm going for here.
And they're almost through on goal there.
Another opportunity there for the Bengals, but Lewis is there to head it out. Thompson's trying to get a header on it. Lewis gets it out again. Didn't mean to cut you off there, John, as now that will go right to Hannah Kenny. Probably would have been on goal, but very easy for her. As now the Eagles will look to kind of settle this down.
They've done well handling the attacking pressure from the Bengals.
Yeah, nothing really sustained threat, just kind of having possession there in that attacking third. But nothing really of anything scary for the Eagles defense, I should say. Donahue launches it forward, looks for Thayer. That's a miss hit by McLaughlin. So the Eagles will get on the end of that one. Buddy Meyer is going to be down at that corner flag. She crosses it in.
That's a
Messer
great
got a
cross.
header on it. Not clean. But there's Messer now, and that's going to be an easy save for Kuzledin. Yeah, it looked like she originally got a header off that first shot, as we're going to take a look at the replay here. And you can see the brought in, Messer did get a touch on it before it was clear out. And then she gets her shot off, but an easy save. A foul has been awarded to the Bengals, so it'll be Miranda Lewis here to take the free kick. She launches it forward, just over the head of Messer. And the Bengals look to get it out. That's Mendoza. As Lambert kicks it right over the press box, and now be out for a Bengals throw-in.
Good defending there from Lambert.
Yeah, slows the play down and allows the Eagles defenders to get back as Mendoza here makes the throw-in, trying to find Thompson. She can't do it as Lambert was there to get it out. Thayer now with the ball, one of the captains for the Eagles side. She finds Mullins. Mullins finds Messer. Messer lays it off to Mullins. Mullins to Aviola. She'll find Lambert. Lambert looking to cross. Could not get it crossed as Thornburg was there. to get it out. Thornburg punts it forward to Thompson. Thompson will take space again. Tries to get by Donahue. Couldn't. She'll take her on again. As that time, they both go to the ground. Thompson wants a throw in, a free kick, excuse me, but she ain't going to get it. But the Bengals will get a throw in. As we look to have a substitution here. Angel Maxwell looking to get in the game, but they didn't get it in time. Iso Akunbare there got a shot off. And it looks like it got deflected there for a corner kick. Maxwell will enter the game now. She's going to come on for Nancy Martin. And this is one thing the Eagles need to keep an eye on is where's Maxwell going? Make sure someone's on her as she's entering play here.
The first corner kick for the Bengals tonight.
Corner kick taken, driven right to the middle of the box. The header's on there, but it goes wide. But they'll look to retain possession here. It was Lawrence with the header. And that's going to be a goal for Chelsea Thornburg, her second of the year, and the Bengals will take a 1-0 lead.
And that stings for Husson. They've been playing great all game, had their chances to take the lead, and unfortunately UMFK has done that.
Yeah, it was a good corner brought into the box. Just the header went wide by Lawrence, and you're going to see that Thornburg was there to be able to beat Kenny. A very good shot into the corner of the net, and the Bengals will take that 1-0 lead. And now we'll see how the Eagles respond here. I think you're going to see more stress to press here than they did in the first half. Akumbare there did a good job keeping up possession. But the Bengals will turn it over. And that's Martell. Martell will drive it into the box. Harriman tried to get a leg on it, but couldn't. And now Bengals will bring it forward as they have numbers forward. It's Thompson. And now after a 1-2, Thompson gets on the end of it. They want an offside flag. They're not going to get it, and it's going to be a Bengals goal.
Just as quickly as it got 1-0, it is now 2-0, Tyler.
Brittany Thompson, a good one-on-one finish against Hannah Kenny, and she makes no mistake of that one.
14 goals, scorer number 11, Brittany Thompson.
And Brittany Thompson deserves a goal for today because she's been a good job getting back past that Eagles back line.
She's been holding the ball up for her entire team. She's been the link-up play going forward.
And she's a very speedy forward, and it's always fun to watch speedy forwards who can finish as well. You always seem to find more in the professional ranks, but you get a lot of speedy players that don't also know how to score goals. Brittany Thompson looks like a player who has the speed and can score goals. And that's going to be her first of the season.
And probably not the last.
Probably, yeah, exactly, not the last. To go along with Chelsea Thornburg, who now has 2 goals and an assist this season. And now it's really all Bengals here after getting those first 2 goals. As Dora Kakare, excuse me. She'll take the corner kick. She has a goal on the campaign so far. Corner kick taken. Easily cleared out by Martell. Lawrence is there, and the Bengals will look to redo across from outside the box, but cleared out. It'll be a throw-in for the Bengals instead. I think just a little too far out to try to do a throw-in inside the box. Akubare brings it, delivers it forward, and that's a shot by Thompson, goes high of the net.
And UMFK is starting to find holes in the Husson defense here.
Yeah, they're able to use their speed here. As you're going to see the cross, Thompson just could not get a good touch on it. Kind of went almost behind her in a way, so she really couldn't get a whole lot on it. As Kaylee Nault will re-enter the game at the next window for the Eagles. She'll replace Charlotte Messer when she's able to. There's a through ball. Akunbare tries to get across in. Lambert looked to clear it out, and they're going to rule it a throw-in on that end or a corner kick. It's in my blind spot. It's going to be a throw-in. And then the Eagles are able to clear that out and just get it out of there. But it's been all Bengals this second half. And now it's just been header after header after header before it finally gets settled on the ground. Thornburg on, look to get down that side. And I believe that was an offsides.
As Kaylee Don't comes on for Charlotte Messer.
As that allows that substitution to take place. So Donahue will do the restart after that offsides call. She'll launch it forward. Aviola's there. Martella's there. Thayer's there. But the Bengals get possession. It's Ochoa. And that's going to be out for an Eagles throw-in. A great job there by Lewis to stop the Ochoa run. I think there was a discussion about which way the throw-in should have happened, but nevertheless, the assistant official, his call will stand, and that was an Eagles throw-in, and now after a clearance by the Bengals, Eagles will do another throw-in. They take it quick. And Buddy Meyer's going to set up for another one. Mullins wanting his team to go higher up here as they're down 2 goals. They need to find something here.
Bengals on the break here yet again.
Yeah, it's just that speed there as Thompson does not get on the end of it. Good job by Lewis to get it out. And Harriman now down on the near side. But the Bengals will turn it, the Eagles will turn it over to the Bengals. The Eagles really have not been able to gather much possession at all in this half.
Which is a shock, judging by how well they did in the first half at doing that.
Yeah, that first half was a very even contest, but just ever since then, it's really been all Bengals. Lawrence, as the Bengals will look to find a way to get past the Eagles and pressing attackers there. That's a good header by Thornburg, but the Eagles win the ball back. Harriman. She has Mendoza pressuring her, and then she lays off. Lambert delivers it, but headed out.
Some possession here by the Eagles, finally.
Yeah, very much needed possession. But you like to see the Eagles just go. They don't really, the way this game has gone, it's not going to be easy to get any really shots on goal. So you don't have time to just pass it around. I mean, you do in a sense because it's only the 60th minute here, but at the same time, you need 2. Aviola, good touch there. She'll cross it. Harriman. And it's there for Kaylee Knoll. She misses. It gets blocked. Mullins is there. On the line, a save by Kujledin. That was by far the best Eagles attack. I think we could both agree on that.
And that could be a game-altering save.
A great cross there by Natalie Aviola. Harriman tried to get a touch on it, couldn't get a shot off. Then there was a block on Knoll's shot, and then Mullins tried to power it home. But it was just in the fingertip reach of Kuzledin to get it down. Then you almost thought she muffed it, but she was able to hold on. That should give the Eagles some hope here. As Hernandez boots that out of there. But Nolt's there, and Harriman for the Eagles to win it back. Harriman now. Martell with a shot. That's going to go wide. Good idea, though, because you did have Thayer on that back post there, but you need a little more cross on it. I just think it was too deep, though, as Kuzledin was going to be there the whole time. Bengals now, Thompson. She looked to run, but the Eagles were right there to shut her down.
And the Bengals are winning a lot of the ball in the air this half, which is probably a big reason why they've been able to keep so much possession.
Yeah, they're winning a lot of those 50-50 balls as they just drew a free kick here. That's Kakare there. Kakare will try to take the free kick here, but I don't know what we're waiting for here as she brings it forward. Try to get a header on it was Thornburg, but couldn't. And Hannah Kenny will roll it out, and the Eagles will be back on the attack here. Buddymeyer. There.
And the Eagles just seem out of sync in the final third. They just have not been connecting passes well there.
No, they couldn't. I think that's why they made the substitution to bring on Kaylee Null to hopefully get an attacking option there. It just hasn't gone their way so far. Four Eagles there battling for the ball, but it's the Bengals who get possession. And that's going to be a turnover to Natalie Aviola. Aviola will take a shot with the keeper off the line, but that goes wide. As we should have a substitution here from Maine-Fort Kent. It's going to be Julia Aidens-Dottir who will come on for Iso Akubare. Try saying that tongue twister 5 times fast. But that substitution takes place as an Icelandic comes on for an Ireland player. That's not a substitution many NCAA schools, for that matter, can make. Mullins here with the ball. She does a through ball to Alexa Thayer. Thayer in the box. Harriman almost was there, but it's an easy grab for Kuzledin. Bengals look to get it out of the box now, but it's the Eagles who are attacking again. Natalie Aviola.
And the Eagles starting to build some possession here in the last few minutes.
Build the possession, but just not doing a whole lot with it other than that one big attack. But that's what the Bengals did. And then all of a sudden they were able to score goals in quick succession as Lindsey Russell looks to re-enter the game. And Thompson's going to get on the end of this one. She's going to drive it forward. Thompson, and that's going to be into the back of the net.
As you were saying before, Tyler, she looks like she can finish, and she just got her second goal within the last 20 minutes.
No, she has been a joy to watch in that back line for the simple reason of she uses her speed to get the
Goal
ball
scoring number 11, Brittany Thompson.
and then finishes on the 1v1 again. Nothing much that Hannah Kenny could do because I was right at that post. So that's going to be Brittany Thompson's second goal of the game, second goal of the season for her, as she ties Chelsea Thornburg and Isel Akun Bare for the lead, the team lead in goals, as all three of them have 2 goals now. And that's a pretty good attack there for Fort Kent. You're almost done your third game, and you got three players with 2 goals already. We got a clock issue here, but we'll restart the game here. Gisleden will take it. A low goal kick as Harriman's able to steal it. Harriman makes a touch, beats the defender. Mullins. No handball there, and the Eagles are not going to like that one because that
looked like a clear handball to me,
looked
Tyler.
kind of blatant. We'll get a replay at the next available option as Thayer. She'll look to drive it in. Mullins there is on the end of it. She's probably going to whip it across, but there's going to be a foul on the play. So let's take a look at that as Dennis Mullins on the sideline still not happy with that.
I wouldn't be happy either.
Oh, but I don't know. So I think the argument that the head official said is that the ball hit the arm, not the arm hit the ball. Because it's played at the arm, and you're not really able to have a reaction. There's nothing you can do. Nevertheless, we play on here. 3-0 to score for Maine-Fort Kent. 64th minute here. Harriman takes a shot. That would have went wide. But Gisleden was there to gobble it up anyway. And she'll punt it forward. That's going to be there for Nault. Nault to Russell. Headed by Lambert. And now it's Thornburg moving forward, but Lambert's there just to get it out of there and launch it at the Fort Kent bench. Mendoza will take the throw in here for the Bengals as they look to get the 4th goal of the game for themselves. They had 4 goals against Central Maine Community College in their season opener, as they fired a whopping 37 shots in that 4-1 victory over the Mustangs. Hannah Kenny's there, picks it up, and she'll look to bring it forward. Central Maine Community College goalie Emma Johnson had to make 21 saves in that contest. 21 out of 25 shots. That's a hockey stat line if you ask me.
She had a busy day at the office.
Have a nice season opener. But, I mean, if you look at this Fort Kent side, I mean, it's not really surprising because they definitely can control the offense when they want to. But I think Brittany Thompson's just having too much fun on the counterattack. As the Eagles will look to get forward. Thayer shoved down. No call. As the fans are up again. Throw in. Thayer's there. She'll make a turn. Finds Russell. Russell looks to switch it, but the Bengals pressure instead. And then she is able to get it to Nault. Nault to Harriman. Harriman tried to give it to Mullins, but couldn't get there. And Donahue looks to pressure the ball forward. But Lambert's there to rescue Donahue. And that's going to be out for a Fort Kent throw-in. Mendoza to take. Aiden's Dyer will bring it forward, but Nolt's there to save it from a corner kick as she deflected any idea of Julia getting forward. Maxwell tried to find Thompson. She can. Eagles wanted a call, but there was no whistle. Mullins reminding them to play to the whistle. Maxwell makes some moves to keep the possession here as the Bengals will bring it back to the back line.
And the Bengals look really composed here.
Now they're just playing keep away against the Eagles as they give it away there. Aviola. She's doing her own fancy footwork. Brings it forward to Lambert, but just too far for McKenzie. And that's going to be a throw-in for Mendoza. She gets the ball back after a couple touches by the Bengals. Again, the Bengals are just playing keep away in that back line. As that's going to be a throw-in for the Eagles. As we look to have a substitution here for the Eagles. Madison Higgins looks ready to come into the contest. And I think Charlotte Messer too. She might re-enter here. There's a shot by Russell, just wide. The Eagles keep pounding the net, but just can't really get anything on target.
Good pressure by Lambert there, wins them a throw-in.
And that throw-in's taken, headed off by Harriman. But then the Bengals are able to clear it out, trying to find Thompson. It's almost as if every time the Bengals clear the ball, that's the idea, is just clear it and hope Thompson's there. As these substitutions will happen now, Charlotte Messer will come into the contest, and Madison Higgins overheard head coach Dennis Mullins there. I wonder if they're going to play three at the back now, or a different kind of idea here to try to get more bodies forward.
It looks like it.
As Megan Buddymeyer subbed off. As the Bengals look to get forward, it's Thompson. But now it's Thornburg. She goes coast to coast herself. And Thayer wins the ball and clears it out. Less than 20 minutes to go now in this contest with the Bengals having a 3-0 lead. I'm Tyler Huey alongside John Reyes. Harriman's in. Harriman, oh, blocked off by Mendoza.
And that for sure would have been a goal with Harriman at that range.
A goal-saving tackle by Mendoza. And this will set up a corner kick by Sophia Mullins, as you're going to see the replay here. She just ran on in, and she's able to get a leg on it to stop it. Mullins takes. Headed out. Tried to be headed on by Nault, but couldn't. And the Eagles win the ball back. It's Lewis. Lewis sends it forward, trying to find Harriman. But that's easy work for Kuzledin.
And the Eagles pressing really hard now, trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, they're trying to just do everything they can to at least get one goal on it. And you know, it's still early in the quote-unquote real season. Starts this weekend for the Eagles when they go down to Maine-Farmington. Of course, Farmington and the Eagles matched up in the regular season and the NAC tournament where the Eagles won both contests. They matched up in the East semifinal down at Maine Maritime in Castine. Of course, Maine Maritime ended up winning the North Atlantic Conference last season. There's Aviola. She'll take a shot. And that is a save.
On target, but a routine save.
Had to make her work a little bit harder, but at the end of the day, still kind of a routine save. As we're about to have a keeper change here. But the Bengals first need to get the ball out. As Harriman wins that ball back. Try to get to Messer, but couldn't itself for throw-in. As that one does hit off our photographer. As now we're going to have a triple substitution here. Dominique Valadez is going to take over in net. Ochoa and Kakara come off the field. And then obviously Kuzledin, who was in goal. Throw in there for the Bengals. 15 minutes left in the contest. 3-0 the score in favor of Maine-Fort Kent. Eagles look to have won a corner there, question mark, but it's going to be out for a deep throw-in. Oh, they did award a corner. Messer to take the corner. She'll deliver it into the box, headed by Aviola, but couldn't really get a whole lot on it. As that will go out now for a Bengals throw-in. We're going to take a look real quick at the out-of-town scores in the North Atlantic Conference. The only other game that went on during our game was the Waterville rivalry between Thomas College and Colby, where the Colby Mules destroyed Thomas College 8-0. Bengals here on the attack again. As is Carranza with it. Then tries to lay it off to Thompson, who gives it back to Carranza. Carranza down that flank here, looks to whip it across. It's cleared out by the Eagles. Good job by Messer to get it out. As Salzwedel will come into the contest for the Bengals and replace Lawrence. Brian Hernandez to take the corner here. Taken inside the box. A good header on by Carranza, but just wide.
She was left wide open in the box there.
Left wide open in the box. Just really could not get a whole lot of power on it. As you can see by this replay. There we go. A good header. I think she tried to go for more accuracy than she did power. Where if she went power, it might have been 4-0. Messer here. That's blocked in front by Thornburg. And going to be out. Everyone's questioning if that ball went out. As they will rule it, it went out for the Eagles. So it'll be a throw-in for the Bengals. Carranza. Rocking the tank top jersey. There's a through ball trying to find Natalie Aviola, and she's showing her speed. And she's going to get on the end of this one. Looks to cut inside. Couldn't do so. As that ball will stay. Nope, it goes out of play now. That ball, it was almost as if it was trying to stay in play. Harriman with the throw-in. Finds Messer. Messer, Aviola, and that's basically taken off her foot the moment she tried to get the shot off. And now it's going to be a throw-in for Higgins. Higgins launches it forward. But the Bengals will win possession and clear it forward. That's Thayer. Thayer gets a shot off, but wide. As we approach the 80th minute here at Boucher Field, 3-0 the score in favor of Maine-Fort Kent. This is the final game of a 3-game road trip for the Bengals as they will return home for their home opener against Fisher College. And then play Concordia University on the next day. Then they're off for a 8-game road trip.
Great ball forward. Now the Bengals are on the attack.
That's Carranza. Plays it into the box, and that's going to be out for a corner kick for the Bengals. And you can definitely tell they're not going to rush to take this one.
No need to, Tyler.
Definitely no need to when you're up 3-0. It's almost as if your shoes are removing grass off the field when it's a turf field. Corner taken into the box. Played down. No real shot there. Eagles argue for a handball. They're not going to get it. And then they're just going to play it back. And that's going to be Lewis. Lewis brings it forward to Alexa Thayer. Thayer has space on that left side. Thayer looks to challenge up to the defender, makes a cross to Mullins. Mullins finds Harriman. Harriman sets up Russell, but that shot's blocked. It's Messer there, and that shot's also blocked. And that should be going out for a corner kick.
That was a bizarre deflection by the goalkeeper, and it was almost an own goal.
Yeah, I'm not going to even act like I knew what was happening on that one. Because that was just a weird, funky bounce of the ball. I think she was trying to control it herself. As Knoll tried to get a shot off on that corner kick, but it gets blocked. Harriman tries to win the ball back. She gets challenged off the ball. Mullins wants a call. Not going to get it. Carranza, she's going to probably just aim for the corner flag here. Oh, she cuts forward. And a good job by the Eagles defense to clear it only as far as Thornburg, though. It's almost as if every time the Eagles get a shot off, it's just blocked by a defender before a goalkeeper can even try to make a save on it. Thayer crosses it, tried to find Harriman, but couldn't. Lewis, she'll punt it forward. Headed by Thayer. And the Bengals now will regain possession and send it forward. It's Lewis. Now to Thayer. Throw in for the Eagles. It's going to be Donahue to take it. Natalie Aviol on the ball now. She's going to rip a shot, but right at Dominique for the easy save. We're going to have a substitution coming up for the Bengals. Sage Stout coming on. Kick forward, headed on. And Hannah Kenny's going to pick up that one. And Kenny booms it forward, but turns it over. Only as far as Madison Higgins is there to get it out. So now the Bengals again will set up shot here. Thompson's kind of moved over to that left side. That right side, excuse me, for the attacking. As Sophia Mullins steals it in. Now it's Lindsey Russell. 4-on-4 if the Eagles hurry. Cade Harriman crosses up a defender. Gets it back to Russell. Russell to Kaylee Knoll. Knoll in, but nobody is there. So that will be easy work for the goalkeeper. Well, Aldez punts it forward. A beautiful punt.
UMFK just playing calm and composed here, just trying to close this out.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they're still just full on attacking it. I thought they'd go more to the corner flag, but I kind of like it how they're still trying to find that fourth goal. Because, like, they moved Thompson to that winger position, and I thought that would be their goal, just find her for the corner flag, but they haven't done it yet.
Russell switching the field here.
Trying to find any room that they can for anything at this point. With less than 5 minutes to go here. Speaking of Thompson, she's on the ball now. She'll drive it forward, drive it into the box. Across is there, but Lewis is there to get it out. And that's going to be a Bengals throw-in with 4:29 left. We got two changes here now. As now, we got two changes now for the Eagles as well. ISO Akunbare comes in. Morella Croetto comes on for the Eagles, as well as Devin St. Louis. As Sophia Mullins here hurries to get back onto the field. Corletto tries to win the ball back. Fort Kent's going to get another substitution here. Harriman plays it back to Russell. Russell can't do anything with it. And now the Bengals will look to set up shop. Played it down that wing. That's Nancy Martin. Martin drives it close to that corner flag. Whips in a beautiful cross. The header was there by Thornburg, but goes wide. And now we got a substitution here.
Beautiful attack from start to finish from the Bengals.
As it will be Samantha Roy coming into the game for Anna McLaughlin. Bengals win the ball back here. There's pressure by Corletto to get the ball back for the Eagles, and she's going to win a free kick here. And the Eagles are going to hurry to take. Akunbare is there trying to make sure the Eagles don't take it quickly, as much as the Eagles did not like that one. Thornburg switches field. And Martin has so much room on that side. Thayer's there to pressure her down, as well as Donahue. Donahue whips in a tackle, and she is going to win a goal kick for the Eagles. now we're going to have a discussion here between the two officials to discuss what just happened. Clock stop with 2:29 left. I thought they ruled it a goal kick, but it must have been a foul. Because there was no offsides flag over there, as now the Eagles will bring it forward. Coletto takes on two Bengals by herself. Roy is there now, and that's going to go out for an Eagles throw-in. 2 minutes left in the contest. There's a speed by Devin St. Louis there on the wing. And she's making some moves, crosses it into the box. Just nobody there for the Eagles. St. Louis tries to win it back. As a good job there by Nault to win the throw-in.
And she's been everywhere on the field for the Eagles today.
Yeah, she's been a good option off that bench. Kind of see why she started the game against Western New England. You're doing a pretty good job if you're keeping Charlotte Messer off the starting 11. As that's going to be an Eagles throw-in. Ochoa looks ready to re-enter the game here. But she's not going to get much time, as there's now 1 minute remaining. There. The Eagles just looking for a consolation goal at this point. Russell. And nothing there. There's long strides by Higgins to re-win the ball. And the Eagles will get a throw-in. Much to her surprise, as she started running back in position, realized they won the throw-in. And she's going to get another one. 30 seconds left in the contest. St. Louis heads it off a Bengals defender. It's going to be a corner kick for the Eagles. Higgins is going to take it. She's just, as soon as she gets sets up, she'll take it. Plays it short. Kate Harriman to Higgins. 10 seconds left on the clock.
7,
and that's going to go
5,
over the net
4,
for
3,
a goal kick,
2,
and that will do this one.
0.
Maine-Fort Kent drives down to Bangor, Maine, and takes a 3-0 victory over the Husson University Eagles. Real quick here, we'll look at the final stats here. The Eagles outshot the Bengals 20-13, but when it really mattered, the Bengals had 6 shots on goal to the Eagles 3. Bengals had 12 fouls to the Eagles 4. And for corner kicks, it was very even as the Eagles had 5 to Maine-Fort Kent's 4. John, your final thoughts on this one?
Well, it was close in the first half and even in the beginning of the second half, but once the Bengals scored, they didn't stop.
Yeah, once they got going, there was simply nothing to stop them. As we'll real quick here, run over the scoring plays here. In the 52nd minute, Chelsea Thornburg scored her first goal of the game, and then less than a minute later, it was Brittany Thompson who scored the second goal, and then 11 minutes after that, she scored the third goal of the game for the 3-0 victory. The Bengals will next take on Fisher College in Fort Kent on Saturday, while the Husson University women's team will join the men's team in traveling down to Farmington for a North Atlantic Conference doubleheader. That will be the conference opener for both Eagle sides. But that will do it here at Boucher Field. Thank you to Ryan Barnes for running the camera, John Ray for the color. My name is Tyler Huey, and we'll see you next